Hello, Hoops fans. It's the NBA on 2K Sports, along with Kenny, the Jet, the champion, Smith, and Shaquille, the Diesel, the champion several times, O'Neal. I'm your host, Ernie Johnson. And coming up in just a bit, tip-off will be live from Oakland as the Warriors go up against the Boston Celtics. Well, for Boston, they haven't competed at the level they'd like over the last week or so. Just one win in 5 games. Well, when Kevin Durant joined the Warriors, one of the big questions was how Klay Thompson would adjust. He already had to share the spotlight with Steph, and now here's another superstar joining the fray. So that being said, a year into the experiment, how do you feel his role has shifted on this team?
Well, okay, go ahead, Jack. Yeah.
Oh, you guys fight over it.
No,
you all both want to talk.
No, because we're going to share a role.
I was talking to Underdog the other day. I was anxious. Great question, Aaron. I was anxious to see who's getting most of the shots, and they're all taking the same amount of shots. You know, I think Klay's going to get a lot more wide open as a result of this move, but they're all taking similar shots.
Well, you know, Klay is probably the third option, but what a third option to have. Mm-hmm. Oh, my gosh. But he's probably getting easier shots than he's ever got in his career. The defense has to shift. They have to go double team. I'm sure he's not upset. And winning heals all ills.
That just about wraps it up.
Heals all ills?
Heals all ills.
Oh, ills. I thought it heals all eels. Are we going fishing?
Saturday night and live on 2K Sports. We've got the excitement of the NBA for you tonight. This is Kevin Harlan, and by my side are analysts Greg Anthony and Doris Burke. From the sideline, we'll have the Hall of Famer David Aldridge. We'll be hearing from him in just a bit. In the last meeting for these two teams, the Celtics came away with the win against the Warriors.
And were able to overcome what was a really poor shooting night. And you're not going to be able to win with a percentage as low as theirs that often unless you defend.
Well, it happens sometimes, obviously, where you don't shoot it well. And when your offense is out of sync, you have to gut it out on the other side of the ball.
Now a chance, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. The starting 5 on the floor. On the floor for Boston, Irving and Brown pair at the 1 and the 2. Tatum out there with Horford, and it's Baines in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Here's Tatum. Good, and the assist goes to Irving. Doris should be quite a battle tonight. 2 terrific front courts. What do you expect to see?
Well, I'm really curious to see the level of physicality on the interior in the painted area, each side trying to impose its will upon the other. Who does the better job invading the space and contesting shots? Just don't invade my space over here, Mr. Harlan. Keep to your side of the table, will you?
I wouldn't think of it. I would not think of it. And here is Tatum after the three-pointer from Klay Thompson. The 9-foot shot. Count it. Good. Horford's got his first 2 points.
Well, solid body control from Al Horford. This is a big guy who's great at cashing in down low.
Green kicks to Pachulia. On the wing, Thompson. Off target from three-point range.
Yeah, coming off that screen, wide open, just can't convert.
Well, I think, Greg, that's exactly what you want. The screen was solid. The execution just fell a little bit short on the shot.
And you can see there the defender gets caught up on the pick.
You've simply got to push through that, right? You need to at least contest the shot. Otherwise, he's going to knock it down.
Curry. And Thompson kicks to Green. Offline with his three.
I'm shocked that didn't turn into 3 points. I mean, he makes you pay on those nearly every time.
Irving drives in, misses from short range. Golden State's gone 1 of 3 from beyond the arc so far in the game. That one drops for him. And it's 7 points for Klay Thompson.
Well, Klay Thompson possesses great size at the 2-guard spot, and he can mix his game and find a way to score on the interior.
Horford with the screen on Green. Here's Brown, and he gets the shot to fall after coming off the pick.
Boy, that makes them 4 out of 5 to start this thing. They're finding very good shots early on.
Curry dishes to Durant. Green with a screen on Brown. It's Thompson off the drive. Green kicks to Curry. 6 on the shot clock. The tray, and Green with the basket on the assist by Curry. Curry's got 4 assists now tonight.
Boy, you have to respect how aggressive Draymond Green is. If he's got the ball in his hands, he's ready to fire.
Now, here is Irving. What a tremendous game he played against the Clippers. When Curry is on the floor, you can just see how he impacts the play. Even when he doesn't have the ball, defenders can't help off too far or he'll make him pay. Of course, I've seen defenders give up an open layup just not to give Curry a clean look from deep.
Well, that's why the stat sheet doesn't tell the entire story relative to the influence Steph Curry has on the outcome of the game. The commitment required to cover Curry allows opportunities for other people on his team.
And the Warriors making a change here. Iguodala's checked in.
Oh, a lapse defensively, and they actually get away with it. Bad idea to leave him open consistently, though.
In the corner, Smart with it. Pass to Irving. Takes the 13-footer. Green with the rebound. Warriors have gone 50% from the field to this point, 4 of 8. Releases, and the basket by Curry.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agility.
Pass to Tatum. They set the pick. To the inside. It's stolen by Green. And here we go with Thompson running it up the court. Over Smart, and Thompson gets it to go. Thompson's got 9 points. Celtics trail by 5. Now Smart, quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. Stolen by Durant. And now Durant on the floor, galloping all by himself.
And not just sustaining the lead, they're adding to it.
Right, and this is precisely what you want to do. Build up the lead and keep the pressure on.
And now, the first timeout called here for Boston. They come into this having outplayed the Clippers last game.
Just a terrific effort off the bench. Guys came in, they seemed fresh, and they all contributed.
I think, Greg, everyone played their role so well, and I loved how aggressive the guys off the bench were in that one.
Changes. West is checked in for Durant. Patrick McCaw comes in for Thompson. And it's Livingston in for Curry. Now here's Smart. He hasn't scored yet. That I'm sure will change. And it's Rozier missing. There's 42 seconds left in the first quarter. Picked by West. The dish to Green. Golden State moving the ball around. Clock at 6. Livingston passes to McCaw. Rebound, Boston.
Well, he carves out the space he needs. Just the finish was not good.
Pass to Rozier. It's stolen by Livingston. Dishes it to Iguodala. A chance to extend the lead to double digits, but it's no good. And so it's the Golden State Warriors bringing the quarter to a close with a 7-point lead. They've dictated the pace, pushed the ball at every chance, and it's paying off for them. We'll return shortly. And Steph Curry, a player within the gym range. He told us about his comfort stretching the floor.
Anywhere 5-6 feet outside that three-point line, if I have a dribble, if I catch and shoot, if I have a good look, I think Coach will allow me to take that shot. And it's tough to guard, especially when you see a couple go in. That basket gets a lot bigger.
I was going to say, Greg, how big must that hoop look to Steph Curry? And tough to guard might be the understatement of the day.
I mean, he is just an insanely great shooter. I mean, arguably, I don't think there's an argument. He's the best shooter in the world. The argument is whether or not he's the best shooter ever. And listen, I can imagine there's very few times that Coach Curry is not going to allow this splash brother to let her rip.
And now the second quarter just getting set to start. And the Warriors, guys, what jumps out to you in this game, stats-wise?
Yeah, it didn't take them long to get that transition game going.
Not at all. Every time they get the ball, they're looking to burn the defense in transition.
McCaw is out there with Livingston. Then there's Nick Young. And there's Iguodala. And it's West in at the 5 spot. That's the group for the Golden State Warriors to start the second quarter. There's the pick. 6 to shoot. To the wing right side. Kept alive. Tice. Good defensive work there by Young.
The bucket just not well protected, but still he doesn't convert too often. That's been the story with him.
And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. Doris, you graduated as your university's all-time assist leader. What do you think is the most important trait for becoming a great guard, a great playmaker?
Well, I think obviously you have to have a pretty good handle because generally you're going to absorb some pressure in the middle of a game. But I think the other part of that is, Kevin, you've got to be someone who enjoys watching someone else score as much as you enjoy scoring yourself.
I think this makes you such a great analyst because you had to know as a guard everybody's role and everybody's movement on a certain play.
You know, that's a great point. I've always said being a point guard is the perfect position to come at an analyst job from. You're 100% right.
And the Boston Celtics, the #1 seed in the Eastern Conference last season. Doris, the first time in 9 seasons they held that spot.
And frankly, Kevin, they were way ahead of schedule. And with new stars like Al Horford, Gordon Hayward, Kyrie Irving, they've become a championship contender.
Hard to believe that for a long time the Warriors were one of the bottom-dwelling teams in the NBA. When this ownership group took over, it completely changed the franchise.
Right. There were some highs for Warrior fans if you think about the Rick Barry era, the Run TMC years, and of course We Believe. But this team clearly has been the high point of this franchise. I admire Warriors fans because even through the losing, they stuck with their team.
Boston, no good that time either.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
Here's Livingston, and the bucket counts. 3-point chance here.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
You look at the height of Sean Livingston, Doris, and how he is able to both score and facilitate for others. He is a coach's dream in that regard.
Well, Sean Livingston is a mismatch nightmare because with his size, he can shoot over most point guards in the post or in the mid-range. But then if you put a bigger player on him, he can create mismatches at other positions. He's a tough guard.
On the free throw, no good. So there's a new procedure for choosing starters in the All-Star game, Doris. Fans account for 50% of the vote.
Oh, Kevin, don't you love how unselfish Marcus Smart is? Sees the open man, whips the pass over in just the right amount of space.
And that replay sponsored by Under Armour. Another unleash chaos moment, giving us an excellent perspective on the play.
And really, it's been a major aspect of their offense in the early stages here. Their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range.
Now a timeout called by Boston. And in terms of just how explosive this Warriors team can be, they can get hot over a course of a few minutes. And Doris just put a team away. The way they can shoot from deep and then play defense is just overwhelming.
How often have we seen, Kev, the game might be a 2 or 3 possession game, and within seconds, all of a sudden, they're up 20. They're incredibly deep shooting. Their ability to play off their own made shots and build momentum can steamroll a team.
And the Warriors with some changes. Kevin Durant, he's checked in for West. Klay Thompson comes in for Patrick McCaw. And Curry subbed in for Sean Livingston. Al Horford is checked in for Boston. Kyrie Irving comes in for Terry Rozier. Morris, no good. Warriors leading by 13. Young dishes to Curry. Morris against Durant. That shot, no good. Good work defensively by Morris. Irving against Curry. Irving kicks to Smart. Charity stripe shot. They get it back. Horford gets the bucket.
You love how Al Horford used his length to corral that offensive board. He keeps possessions alive with his activity.
Durant sets a screen for Young. Here's Thompson. Nice pass. Led him to the rack perfectly for the layup. Thompson's got 11.
And not hard to see why they are giving up points on this run. Just too many good looks from in close.
Picked by Horford. Here's Morris. Again the miss by Morris. Warriors leading by 13. Curry passes to Thompson. And it's Thompson again missing.
He hit 1 3 in the first, but the well has been totally dry for him in the second.
Irving kicks to Brown. Morris a screen. Brown with it, and Young picks him up defensively. To the paint. The Celtics working the ball around now, and the basket is good. Smart's got his first points in this one.
And, Kev, I think it's crucial that Marcus Smart be able to drain these mid-range shots, right? He does a great job squaring himself up.
Pachulia sets a screen for Thompson. Shot clock at 6. Over Smart. Here's Pachulia. Yep, that one goes. Pachulia's got the lead up to 13 now for the Warriors.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Picked by Horford. From the baseline. The shot goes in. First of the night. He's 1 for 3 to start the game.
Guys, we know Kyrie can score from anywhere on the floor, including the mid-range.
Curry dishes to Durant. Pachulia with the screen on Morris. Here's Durant. Almost, but it rolls out. Celtics trail by 11. Irving up top, guarded by Curry. Gets it down to single digits. 9 points for Al Horford.
And they are earning points with the jump shot now.
It's Curry outside. Drains it from beyond the arc.
Now that's the shot we've all come to expect from Steph Curry. When he's on his game, he's capable of making threes at an historic rate.
Here's Irving. He's a guy we see deliver on a nightly basis, averaging about 24.5 points a game. Lets the three fly and released it in time, but it's off the mark. And so it's the Golden State Warriors, up by a dozen here at the end of the quarter. They've been putting on a clinic in the paint. Shots are falling with regularity, and they are pounding it down low. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks a lot. Andre, how have you guys established things in the first half?
Communication. Communication doesn't show up on the stat sheet, but in order for us to be a good team, everyone has to be on the same page, and we're doing it tonight.
We'll see if you keep talking in the second half. Thanks, Andre. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of action following halftime.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here. Got Shaq, got Kenny the Jet Smith. We welcome you back to the halftime show on 2K Sports. Klay Thompson brought his A game early tonight. He had 11 points, 2 assists, and 1 rebound. Hey, big fella, what's your take on Golden State so far?
You got to like their offense efficiency. They were patient, took good shots. That was reflected in their high field goal percentage. They just need to keep playing smart in the second half and close this thing out. Don't get cute now.
And over to Kenny. What did you think about Boston?
Well, they're facing a team that shot very well in the first half. Now, that being said, they probably weren't aggressive enough on the defensive end. That was the difference.
And that wraps up halftime as the game is set to get back underway. Let's send it to Kevin Harlan and crew, standing by courtside.
Picturesque Lake Merritt's the scene there as we welcome you back to Oakland. And as we welcome you back, we begin our second half. So far, not a tightly contested game, guys, but, anything can happen. Klay Thompson has been sensational.
And I loved in that first half that they were patient, looked for good shots, and knocked them down.
I think, Greg, they never settled for the first look. It was always about, let's get the best shot possible. Really good judgment on the offensive end.
Well, it's been a one-sided affair so far through the first 2 quarters, but there's plenty of time to mount a comeback. Celtics trail by 12.
And the Celtics leadership, very pragmatic. IT and Crowder both beloved in Boston, but they didn't hesitate to move them to get better and younger at the same time.
Second half underway. Here's who Brad Stevens got on the floor. Irving and Brown pair at the 1 and the 2. Aaron Baines out there with Horford, and it's Tatum in at the 3. For 3, Durant. And a great assist by Curry as that one goes in. Curry's got assist number 5 here tonight. And for the Celtics, they're shooting 40% from the field.
And thinking about the Celtics' choice to get younger, perhaps a strategic move in response to the super team in Golden State. They want to construct their team to peak in a few years when the Warriors start to show a little chink in the armor moving forward.
Warriors leading by 15. Picked by Pachulia. That misses off the backboard.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
It's a chance now to catch up with the 4th member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Kevin, Celtics coach Brad Stevens is known for getting the best out of his players. He said every NBA player has an elite strength. Some of them have 10 of them. Those guys are the very best in the league, right? But every one of them is here for a reason. And there are times where you can really soar with that skill. Kevin?
And that's why Stevens is already one of the best coaches in the league, David. You've talked about him for a long time, getting maximum results from every one of his players. Now a timeout called by Boston.
Boy, when you watch what Steph Curry does on the floor, it is almost unreal what he can do. In a single game, this guy could make 10 plays that might be career highlights for most players in the NBA. He makes the extraordinary look pedestrian.
Some changes for Golden State. David West, he's checked in for Pachulia. Iguodala comes in for Kevin Durant. And it's Livingston in for Thompson. And a change for the Celtics. Rozier's checked in. A shot's good from Irving. And with Curry, we're almost too used, Doris, to his skill on the floor. We've come to expect to see something amazing.
Well, Kev, no doubt, because there are very few players in NBA history who are as exciting to watch as Steph Curry. He has takeover ability with his shooting. The creativity and playmaking are off the charts. What a special talent.
Here's Irving. Another miss by Irving.
I'll tell you, his inconsistency not helping their cause at all.
Livingston kicks to Iguodala. Back to Livingston. Hits the front of the rim and out. Celtics trail by 16. Tatum's shot is off.
The only way he doesn't finish is if the defense gets in his face. Nice job.
For Boston, they've gone only 1 of 6 from the field in the third quarter. Not how they pictured the half starting. Outside Irving. Shoots over Livingston. That doesn't go in either for Irving. Livingston with it. Guarded now by Irving. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. Of course, you talk about versatility of players, but as a broadcaster, been a courtside reporter, a game analyst, a studio host, you name it. What do you prefer to do? What do you like most?
There's no question about it, Kev. The analyst role is the absolute most fun. Now, the only thing that might push that over the top is to sit beside the great Kevin Harlan.
Shooting 2, gentlemen.
Free throw drops for David West. And the Celtics franchise with the league-leading 17 NBA championships, their last in 2008.
Yeah, and with the talent and assets they possess, they might be in the hunt for banner number 18 before you know it. One of the beasts of the East, without question.
McCaw, he's checked in for Golden State. And David West drops them both. Celtics trail by 18. Guys, they're looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively, for sure.
Here's Baines. Down low. Ojale. That one's not going to go. West with some nice D. Golden State's gone to the three-pointer 11 times tonight, nailed 5 of them. Iguodala with it. Over Tatum. And he gets that one to go off the front iron. Iguodala's got his first bucket of the night. So it's the Celtics now. And the pass to Ojale. He feeds it to Tatum. Poked away. It's stolen by Green. Tries from 10. Count that one.
And his ability to knock down shots from the mid-range. I mean, he just seems to roll that ball so easily off his fingertips. It looks like it's going in every time.
Livingston kicks to Green. Pass to McCaw. Just 5 on the clock. From deep, Iguodala. And the Warriors get it back. Green kicks to Livingston. Picked by West. Iguodala, the pass to McCaw. 1:06 left in the third. Green, no luck.
Boy, not enough spring in his step on the way to the cup. He actually short arms that layup.
Pass to Ojale. Here's Rozier. Passes it to Ojale. His three-pointers off the mark.
Boy, he has been cold for a while now.
Yeah, starting to look like it's taking its toll mentally. He doesn't look like himself.
Rozier kicks to Tatum. Now here's Smart, guarded closely. And it's Rozier missing. Warriors leading by 18. Livingston kicks to Iguodala. They set the pick. McCaw, the pass to Iguodala. From deep three-point range, the long-distance three is buried. And so it's the Golden State Warriors Sitting on a 21-point lead to end the quarter. They've been playing some ferocious defense. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Now let's listen into the huddle of Brad Stevens.
Pace of play is a big part of tonight, okay? Make sure on the bench when we come back, we lift it.
One of the team's great young teachers, Brad Stevens, wanting his guys to control the tempo.
Yeah, and he feels if they push it, if they attack intelligently, it's going to be to their advantage.
And thanks again for joining us. Let's see what happens here in the fourth. Warriors depth lineup out there: Curry, Clay, Iguodala, KD, and Draymond. That's the Warriors 5. Smart dishes to Morris. Of course, not too long ago, changes were made to the intentional foul rule. In your observation, has this made a positive difference?
Well, I certainly love that the away from the play fouls were extended to include the last 2 minutes of each period. I don't think you should necessarily give an advantage to a team that is playing from behind by intentionally fouling a poor free throw shooter. So that's one. I do believe now the bigger issue in the NBA has become these shooting fouls where the shooter is launching himself into a defender. I think that the NBA will take a hard look at that and make any necessary change, Kev.
Totally agree, Doris. And I don't want to pinpoint one player, but James Harden has made that an art form.
That's correct.
Smart kicks to Tatum. Brown outside. There's the pick. Iguodala with the steal. And it's the Warriors on the break. Curry's got the ball. That's in, coming off the assist from Thompson. And it's 7 points for Steph Curry. Curry's gone 3 for 7 tonight. Now here's Smart with the floater, and it's good on the layup.
I'll tell you have to appreciate the confidence of Marcus Smart. At point-blank range, he is an efficient scorer.
Curry passes to Thompson and taken away by Brown, pushing it up. Kicks it to Morris. Over Durant. Morris, no good.
Solid rebound there, and with the score like it is, that's an area where they can't afford to get lazy. You know what? They're winning, though, despite the fact that he has just been really off.
Morris, a screen. Brown kicks to Morris. Feeds it to Smart. 4 on the clock. That shot is off. Curry with some nice D. Thompson dishes to Curry. Durant the pass to Curry. Back to Durant from outside the arc. The shot misses. So the Celtics will take it the other way. Brown kicks to Smart. Morris outside. Down low. Tice. Great D that time from Iguodala. The Warriors have gone just 33% from the field in the fourth quarter so far. They are 2 of 6. And here is Curry. To the inside. Here's Durant. And a great assist by Curry as that one goes in. Curry's got assist number 8 now on the night. For Boston, they've gone 1 of 5 from the field here in the fourth. A lot of misses, just the one make. The screen from Brown. Tatum kicks to Smart. Shoots over Curry. They get it back. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2.
Yeah, nice job by Tatum inside. Very assertive. He's fantastic at putting the pressure on the D and consistently getting to the line.
Gentlemen, truth shots. Roof shots.
He misses the free throw. And Doris, you've spoken in the past about the art form of drawing a foul. Who are some of the best players that you've seen in executing that?
Well, I think the preeminent guy at this point would have to be James Harden, right? And this guy specializes in the and one, the 3-shot opportunities from 3. And listen, that is part of the game, and we do not want to take that aspect away, right? Because and ones have always been a part of the game. What we need to evaluate is at what point does a shot attempt begin versus those guys who are throwing themselves, or in James Harden's case, sometimes grabbing the arm of the defender and creating a foul where none existed before.
He's been very clever in perfecting that, and I give him credit because he has taken what's given and really exploited it.
It might become known if they make a change as the Harden rule.
You're right. It probably will be. You look at the influences and former coaches of Steve Kerr, and it's easy to see why Kerr has been a success as a coach.
Well, I think if you look about how this man goes about his business, it's important to recognize he played for Phil Jackson and Greg Popovich, and certainly takes advantage of the wisdom he learned from two of the all-time greats. Think back to his college coach, Lute Olson. So much of his offensive approach with the fast pace and the discipline came from Lute. It's so smart to take a little bit from each one of the mentors and the guys you've played for.
Doris, one result of the new CBA, minimum contracts increasing 45%. That's a big help to the NBA's working class, I think.
Well, I don't think there's any question that you see increasingly role players, someone like Draymond Green, whose value has not necessarily translated in terms of points per game, but his value to winning can't be calculated. And you're right. You see important role players and guys below the superstar level increasingly becoming better compensated. And, hey, listen, there's more of the pie to go around. Who doesn't enjoy a little more cherry pie, Kev?
Good thoughts. Good thoughts. Off the pick. Good. He hits the jump shot.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest, just a total obliteration, if you will. And you can safely say mission accomplished now for the Warriors.
Not only did they shoot the ball better, but they had more assists.
Yeah, I thought the passing in terms of finding the open man gave them the higher percentage shots. The ball movement was key for the win.
And for the year now, they'll ramp up their win total to an even 40.
No doubt they came in very motivated to win this one and finish the season series at a game apiece.
And as usual, some excellent work tonight in what was a quality big impact game for Steph Curry.
Boy, their ball movement was terrific, and I thought he was the key to that. This guy conducted the offense, kept everyone involved, and spread the basketball.
Nader the pass to Rozier. Teardrop shot, and Pachulia pulls it down. Now Livingston. So we see the Warriors taking the game here. It was a tale of two teams tonight, one that was in total control, operating flawlessly, and the other just searching for answers that they could never find.
I mean, the energy here is just so tremendous. Fans involved from the get-go, and once they started to really pour it on, it was fun to see that rhythm and flow from their perspective.
And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks very much, Andre. A lot of great offensive players on this team. How does it all come together to have a night like tonight?
Well, we know our defense is our catalyst to everything for our team. So as long as we play defense, get stops, rebounding was most important tonight. You know, they're one of the best rebounding teams in the league. We were able to do that and get out on a break.
And you made the most of it when you had those opportunities, Andre. Thanks very much. Back to you, Kevin.
David, thank you as always. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for tuning in. So long and good night, everyone.